From the heavens above to the soul within, may this sacred message awaken peace and faith in all who hear it. I suggest you turn back now, chosen one, and spare yourself the ordeal if your spirit and mind aren't armored for the upheaval I'm about to unleash. The comforting myths you cling to, about kinship, allegiance, and those you naively poured your life force into, will all crumble to dust when you hear the truths I have in store. Heed this warning. Once these revelations take root in your consciousness, the soft veil of everyday naivete you've enjoyed will be irretrievably torn away. Think back on those family gatherings that always carried an unspoken tension. You dismissed it as overthinking or petty squabbles. Yet deep down you sensed something far more sinister was lurking beneath the surface. Unbeknownst to you, they've been methodically undermining your reputation, slipping whispers like covert graffiti onto the walls of others' minds. Every victory you've celebrated, every obstacle you turned into a testament to your strength, was quietly cataloged and warped into ammunition against you. With the finesse of a seasoned illusionist, your adversary has twisted your accomplishments into proof of your alleged flaws, all while you stood by, unaware of the slow-motion wrecking ball aimed squarely at your character. They were actually researching your recovery patterns, learning how to cause setbacks that would be more difficult to recover from, and planning how to use your greatest successes as proof of your alleged crimes. You believed they were proud of your strength, impressed by your ability to overcome obstacles, and inspired by your refusal to stay down. There's more to this betrayal than just jealousy or trivial familial strife. We're talking about systematic theft, not just of money, although that's obviously part of it, but robbery of your innocence, your trust, your capacity to see the best in others without constantly looking over your shoulder. They have been taking advantage of your good fortune, your chances, and your very being. Their delicate ego could no longer stand to watch you flourish while they continue to live in their own mediocrity, because they have been using your own generosity as a weapon against you. The financial aspect of this betrayal is especially nefarious. Do you recall the times they approached you in need of assistance with bills or unforeseen costs? Because you are a person who sees family in need and acts without hesitation, you opened your heart and your pocketbook. Chosen one, they weren't merely taking your assistance, though. They were gathering information for the complex frame job they've been building covertly, researching your resources, and analyzing your routines. They have been collaborating with someone else, someone who has a deeper bond with you than friendship or family. This person was supposed to be your ideal mate, your spiritual equal, and your heavenly counterpart, but they let fear and deceit cloud their judgment. Your betrayer enlisted the aid of someone whose heart was already intertwined with yours in order to carry out this destructive campaign. Beloved, don't hesitate. Click that Super Thanks button now and sow a generous gift of $20, $50, or more. For as you give, the Lord will supply all your needs according to His glorious riches in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4 verse 19 affirms, "And my God will supply every need of yours according to His riches in glory in Christ Jesus." So unlock His provision today. Give thanks, give generously, and watch His abundance manifest in your life. The crimes they're attempting to blame on you are the same ones they've been committing themselves: embezzlement, identity theft, and financial fraud. The evidence they've been assembling against you reads like something from a crime novel. Even those closest to them are unaware of the extent of their deceit because they have been leading a double life with such dedication. They pose as worried family members during the day, but at night they have been fabricating paperwork, tampering with accounts, and building a paper trail to make you appear guilty of their transgressions. Like a cosmic justice freight train, the moment of enlightenment is drawing near, and every well-crafted deception your betrayer has created will be destroyed by the shock waves when it strikes. The authority figure who has been looking into their allegations against you has come to a conclusion that will astound everyone. Instead of uncovering evidence of your guilt, they've unearthed a sophisticated strategy of fraud and deception that makes your betrayer look like the amateur criminal they truly are. In their complex plan, Your betrayer made a crucial mistake. They overestimated their capacity to control reality indefinitely and underestimated the strength of truth. They will be drowning in the repercussions of their own actions as a result of the digital footprints they left behind, the financial records that refute their story, and the witness accounts that put them at the scene of the crimes they have accused you of committing. The individual they persuaded to work against you is about to have a catastrophic epiphany of their own. They will come to understand that all of their misgivings about your personality were manufactured. All of their anxieties about your motivations were meticulously stoked, and all of the excuses they used to avoid you were founded on purposefully false information. Even if they were unaware of their involvement in your betrayal, the guilt and grief they will experience will be unbearable. However, it will also act as the impetus for their return to reality. The very evidence your betrayer believed they were gathering against you has turned out to be evidence of both your guilt and your innocence. Every lie they told generated a conflict. Each falsified paper created a trail. Each alteration produced proof that now directly links them. They believed they were manipulating your life, but in reality, they were constructing their own prison cell, lie by lie, brick by brick. Everything changes when the investigator investigating this case learns that your betrayer has previously done this. They have attempted to destroy someone close to them before. Additionally, they are about to get caught in ways that will make their current situation seem like a minor inconvenience due to the pattern of conduct they have developed over years of committing similar crimes. They've been roaming free because earlier victims were too ashamed or too terrified to come forward. However, now that experts are examining their tactics, more victims are rising up to speak up. Even they are no longer able to deny what is happening when the house of cards your betrayer crafted collapses with such amazing force. The authorities they believed they could control are now chasing them with the tenacity of experts who don't like being duped by amateur offenders. The relatives they persuaded to turn against you are now realizing the manipulation they endured. They are suddenly aware of the lies they were told and realize they are merely pawns in a game they were unaware they were playing. Humbled by their momentary blindness, but thankful for the chance to see clearly once again, your divine counterpart is coming back to you, changed by their trip through falsehood and back to truth. They realize that even if they were not aware of it, their involvement in your betrayal necessitates sincere responsibility and consistent work to restore the trust they contributed to destroying. The crucible of ultimate betrayal and ultimate forgiveness has tried and proven you both. So this reconciliation won't be quick or simple, but it will be meaningful. Yellow heart if you're moved by divine love. Now is the moment to share it. Click the Super Thanks button on YouTube and contribute $50 or more to help us broadcast God's blessings far and wide. Every act of generosity you make is being watched in heaven and will return to you 100-fold. An investigation that reveals the full extent of their deceit is exposing the financial crimes committed in your name. Bank records, digital transactions, forged documents, false identities, and stolen credentials. All of this is coming to light in such a way that their charges against you seem absurd in comparison. Every single transaction, including the money they stole, the credit they damaged, and the accounts they formed fraudulently, can be tracked back to its original source, which isn't you. Your spiritual armor has been strengthened by each attack on your character. Every attempt to steal your energy has been increasing your limits. Your truth has been made clear by every falsehood that has been uttered about you. Not only did you survive this treachery, but you also controlled it, used it as fuel to change, and transformed their poison into your strength. The individual who enters this trial is not the same person who comes out of it. After being forged in the furnace of ultimate betrayal, you have become a person who is difficult to trick, manipulate, or destroy by outside forces. Your compassion is still there, but it is now shielded by knowledge gained from hardship. Your trust is still there, but it is protected by experience-based discernment. Your love is still unrestrained, but it is guided by knowledge gleaned from surviving the unserviceable. Your faith in the basic fairness of the cosmos will be restored because the cosmic justice resolving this scenario is so finely calibrated. The repercussions for your betrayer will be as severe as the harm they attempted to cause you. They will feel the loneliness they tried to instill in you and learn that the social disintegration they planned has come back to haunt them with compound interest. Although they intended for you to fall, they will be the ones striking the earth with such force that a crater is left behind. Recall how this story started with someone lurking in the shadows of their own shame, peeking over your shoulder. You now see that your own higher self, your spiritual support system, was the true observer during this struggle, recording every detail for the ultimate goal of your elevation and vindication. The shadows that initially appeared so menacing turn out to be the contrast needed to recognize your dawn and the darkness needed to appreciate your light. The warrior spirit of someone who refuses to be broken by lower souls, who turns rejection into breakthrough, who turns attacks into accomplishments, and who translates emotional resilience into the strength you needed for this epiphany was what you needed. You did more than simply survive this experience. You overcame it, controlled it, and used it to further your development rather than your demise. The destructive campaign of your betrayer has unintentionally served the useful purpose of exposing the people in your life who are deserving of your trust and who have been posing as family while hiding an enemy's heart. Every toxic connection, every fake relationship, and every individual whose loyalty depended on your ongoing ignorance of their actual nature have all been destroyed by the purifying fire of truth. The happiness that is coming your way is not merely emotional contentment. Rather, it is the profound delight of someone who has earned their peace by surviving a war, who has ascended to the throne by overcoming their greatest obstacle, and who has demonstrated their deservingness of the title of Chosen One by refusing to be broken by the breaking. Standing at the pinnacle of your own spiritual development, you look back on your journey with appreciation rather than resentment, with wisdom instead of regret, and with the unwavering strength of someone who has been tried by fire and come out on top, because they knew their actions wouldn't hold up to scrutiny. The person hiding in the shadows at the start of this story was scared to come out. However, you, Chosen One, have discovered how to produce your own light, your own truth, and an empire of integrity that is impervious to the darkness outside. They betrayed you with the intention of destroying you, but instead they exposed your invincibility, your limitless potential for change, and your complete control over your own fate. Your ascension is disguised as an attack, your coronation is camouflaged as debate, and you are graduating from Chosen One and training to Chosen One fully activated and invincible. Because you've learned to draw your strength from the limitless well of power within rather than relying on the erratic approval of those around you. The shadows are dissipating, the masks are falling, and you're standing in the full power of someone who cannot be diminished by the darkness of others, distorted by their lies, or derailed by their schemes. However, this betrayal goes deeper than even these disclosures indicate. So hold on, Chosen One. A member of your family did not decide to ruin your life overnight. For decades, this has been simmering inside of them like an infected wound, getting worse every time you do something they were unable to. The psychological profile of someone capable of this level of systematic betrayal reveals troubling patterns that date back to childhood dynamics you probably never fully understood. This is evident every time you bounce back from setbacks that would have permanently broken their spirit. Every time your natural magnetism attracted opportunities, they felt they deserved more than you. They've been seeing you thrive where they failed, keep up connections they couldn't, and overcome tragedy with such fortitude that it was intolerable to see their own frailty. Your entire existence turned into a mirror reflecting everything they detested about themselves, and rather than develop from that reflection, they chose to smash the mirror. They have been keeping records of your life for reasons considerably more complex than merely obtaining proof. They've been developing what amounts to a psychological profile, researching your tendencies, your triggers, your vulnerabilities, mapping out your emotional terrain, like a predator examining prey. Every discussion in which you shared your difficulties, every instance in which you exhibited human frailty or erred, They have been documenting it all in order to have a thorough grasp of how to cause the most psychological harm possible when the time came. Professional criminals would be jealous of the extent of identity theft, which goes far beyond the financial crimes they have perpetrated in your name. In addition to opening accounts and forging signatures, they have been living out parallel lives in cyberspace, fabricating online personas that are identical to yours, establishing credit histories that are different from your real ones, and constructing whole false identities that they could use at any time to blame you for their actions. Dove brothers and sisters, everything done in faith multiplies in God's abundance. Use the Super Thanks feature to donate $100 today and join this sacred mission. When your roots are grounded in Him, your fruit will flourish, and your offering becomes a seed that bears blessed harvests. The relationship your betrayer has with authorities or law enforcement goes beyond basic networking. They've been nurturing these ties for years, establishing themselves as a dependable source of information, building credibility through little betrayals of other people's trust. They weren't merely a random relative making outrageous allegations when they eventually came forward with their charges against you. Rather, they were a person with a proven track record of providing authorities with sensitive information. This betrayal has a spiritual component that includes actions and goals that most people would find hard to accept. Your relative has been waging intentional energy assaults, collaborating with forces and beings that thrive on chaos and devastation. They've been working to obstruct your blessings, ruin your chances, and put a mental wall between you and your greatest potential in an effort to cause spiritual interference in your life. They never realized, however, that selected ones are shielded by cosmic forces that are far stronger than anything they could conjure up from the dark. Beyond the apparent accomplices, your betrayer has impacted a wide range of people. They have been sowing doubts about your character in casual chats with mutual acquaintances, at family get-togethers, and at social events, subtle hints that something is off, that your success looks dubious, or that your generosity may be concealing more sinister intentions. Like a skilled propagandist, they have been gradually influencing public opinion with well-timed remarks and well-articulated worries. Without your awareness, they have been recording conversations, taking pictures during private moments, and capturing screenshots of text messages and social media interactions in order to create a multimedia case file that paints you in the worst possible light. Every family get-together, where they appeared to be merely documenting recollections, was actually a covert intelligence operation intended to capture sensitive information for later use. The fact that your divine counterpart participated in this betrayal hurts, especially because their affection for you made them an ideal target for manipulation. In addition to lying to them, your family member created a psychological campaign that was intended to take advantage of all of your counterpart's fears, uncertainties, and insecurities around relationships and trust. While planning the precise devastation they claimed to be averting, they portrayed themselves as the worried relative attempting to keep a loved one from committing a grave error. The timing of when your betrayer chose to activate their scheme wasn't random. They waited until you were in a situation where you were especially susceptible, when you were juggling various demands on your emotional resources, anxieties, and difficulties. They calculated that the havoc they were about to unleash would catch you at your weakest, that your support system would be overburdened, and that your ability to fight back would be limited. They believed they were being strategic, but in reality, cosmic justice itself had set them up for failure. Their actions have far-reaching legal ramifications that go well beyond basic identity theft or fraud. They have committed offenses that involve federal agencies, transcend state boundaries, and carry sentences that might land them in prison for decades. Their attempt to frame you left a paper trail that now serves as a clear route to their own illegal business. The very systems they believed they were controlling have scrupulously documented every fraudulent transaction, every falsified document, and every false assertion. Your betrayer is no longer able to uphold their act of innocence due to the inquiry that has been subtly developing around your case. The authorities are investigating the whole pattern of your family members' activity, including their financial history, relationships, digital trace, and psychological profile, rather than just the specific accusations brought against you. They have uncovered a lengthy history of deceit, manipulation, and exploitation, which makes their recent offenses appear to be part of a larger pattern rather than a singular occurrence. The way your betrayer reacts when they see how badly their scheme has gone will be a masterclass in narcissistic implosion. As proof of their crimes becomes indisputable, the meticulously cultivated image they have been maintaining for years will come crashing down in real time. The people they influence to turn against you will watch this implosion and finally grasp the level to which they've been deceived. The real face behind the mask will be revealed to the authorities they believed they could control, and it won't be a beautiful one. They're going to be held personally accountable for every cent that was stolen, every dollar of credit that was harmed, and every account that was compromised in order to undo the financial harm they caused while attempting to frame you. The amount of restitution they will have to pay will be far greater than what they initially stole, since the legal system mandates that they pay for the time, stress, legal fees, and lost opportunities that their crimes caused in addition to returning the items they took. Your divine counterpart's moment of awakening to the truth will be painful and liberating in equal measure. They'll come to see that they've been living in a meticulously created other reality and holding on to lies so complex that it appeared impossible to challenge them. Their desire to make amends in ways that go well beyond simple apologies will be strengthened by the intense shame they will feel for their part in your betrayal. Surviving this degree of betrayal not only makes you stronger than you were before, but it also shifts your power and awareness to a completely new frequency. Your precision in reading people, spotting dishonesty, and spotting hidden objectives becomes extraordinary. You get what is essentially psychological X-ray vision, which allows you to see through facades that most people would miss and identify manipulative techniques before they are fully implemented. Following your vindication, you will find that your highest good is almost miraculously linked with the business prospects, relationships, and life circumstances that become available to you. The universe is paying interest on the investments you made in upholding your integrity under unfathomable circumstances. So this isn't a coincidence. Any decent person who sees how you handled this betrayal knows they have someone they want on their side, someone whose integrity has been tried and proven to be unshakable. The attempts of your betrayer to take away your good fortune, your chances, and your entire nature have backfired so badly that they have actually made you more attractive. They have increased the energy they attempted to steal from you. You are now receiving compound interest on the blessings they tried to stop. Their desired success has been blown out of proportion compared to what it would have been had they not gotten involved. Not only would a court victory clean your name, improve your reputation, but it will also give you respect and credibility that money cannot purchase. People will be aware that you have undergone a thorough investigation by experts and have been proven to be entirely innocent, that every facet of your behavior and character has been examined and verified. This kind of third-party certification of your integrity becomes a significant asset in every future relationship and opportunity. Through this challenge, you have grown spiritually and gained insights and skills that will benefit you for the rest of your life. You have developed a keen sense of intuition. Your senses have been trained to pick up on even the smallest signs of dishonesty. Those who would try to harm you will be automatically repelled by the power of your energy field. You've gone from being a chosen one trainee to a fully functional chosen one that poses a serious threat to those who engage in deceit and deception. Glowing star yearning to witness God's miracles firsthand? Plant your spiritual seed now by contributing $100 or more through the YouTube Super Thanks button. Your offering lights the path for others and echoes through His divine plan, bringing His light into every step you take. The ultimate irony of your betrayer's complex plan is that every move they made to bring you down has helped you rise. Their false accusations against you have led to inquiries that have unequivocally shown your integrity. Their efforts to cut you off from help have exposed your actual supporters. Even better prospects have emerged as a result of their attempts to take yours. They believed they were writing your downfall, but in reality, they were writing your victory. As everyone learns they have been used as pieces in someone else's game, the network of accomplices they established to back their lie is disintegrating. Now, the authorities they attempted to influence are after them with the laser-like focus of experts who don't like to be misled. The family members who betrayed you are now seeing how deeply they were duped and seeing through the deceit. When your heavenly counterpart returns to your life, you will experience a level of gratitude and dedication that would not have been possible without the contrast of nearly losing you forever. They will see that what you have together is unique and valuable, deserving of defense against any outside dangers, because it has been put to the ultimate test and shown to be sincere. The connection that comes out of this ordeal will be unbreakable. Your entire perspective of human nature and divine protection will change as a result of this insight. Not simply your immediate relationships. People will see you with awe and admiration when the entire extent of your betrayer's sins are made known, because you are someone who overcame the unserviceable and came out stronger rather than weaker. Your name will be associated with the kind of spiritual power that most people only read about in ancient scriptures, with integrity in the face of adversity, and with grace under duress. As soon as people learn they've been hanging around with someone who can be so purposefully cruel to family, your betrayer's social circle will fall apart. The depths of deceit they have seen will cause the community that once welcomed them to shudder in horror. Former friends will turn away from the betrayer as well as from anyone who helped them in their campaign against you, resulting in a social reckoning that goes well beyond the individuals directly involved in the betrayal. Professional repercussions for your betrayer will go beyond criminal sanctions and include lifetime disqualification from any job that requires financial responsibility or trust. In ways that make professional rehabilitation all but impossible, their name will be linked to deceit, fraud, and family betrayal. In pursuit of a plan that was doomed from the minute they chose to target someone shielded by cosmic forces beyond their knowledge, they have ruined not only their freedom, but also their whole future. Through this event, your divine counterpart will undergo a significant and long-lasting metamorphosis. They will get an almost magical ability to recognize deceit and manipulation, since they have seen directly how complex these attacks may be. Knowing how nearly they lost something priceless due to their own temporary blindness will temper their affection for you with a strong protectiveness. Your family line will be affected for decades to come by this treachery and how it was resolved. This story will serve as a warning to future family members about the negative effects of manipulation, envy, and treachery in families. You will be remembered with honor as someone who stood by their principles when it would have been simpler to fight fire with fire, who opted for the truth when it appeared more expedient to tell lies, and who proved that those who are selected not only survive attacks, but also turn them into breakthroughs. Not because we're lucky, but because we're unbreakable. Not because we avoid betrayal, but because we turn it into a breakthrough. The selected ones always come out on top. In reality, your betrayer was writing their own demise while giving you the material for your greatest comeback narrative, even if they believed they were writing your ending. Chosen one, welcome to your dominion. Awaiting you is your empire,